A controversial self-appointment by the town supervisor has prompted a member of the Cheektowaga Town Board to step down now as her deputy.
It is a minor stipend for the supervisor to take on an additional role, but it's the subject of a major disagreement between the supervisor and board members. As we'll show you, Channel 2's Ron Plants has tough questions for the supervisor as we continue to hold people in power accountable.
Cheektowaga Town Supervisor Diane Benczkowski says she's proud of her town's history and felt she could better explain it to future generations, especially as the town gets funding for a new history museum. So at Tuesday's town board work session, it came out that Benczkowski had decided to remove Councilman Richard Rusniak from the position of town historian, which she actually has the power to appoint. And so then the supervisor decided to appoint herself to that position, which pays an additional $2,000 stipend, which former supervisor Mary Lou Holtz did as well. But the town attorney says there's a problem with that,
as the positions are incompatible.
Town board members taking a harder legal line that it's technically against town law to hold both jobs.
It's plain and simple. Number one, you can't appoint yourself to a separate office. It's tantamount to giving yourself a raise. I know it's what, $2,000 a year, so it comes out to probably $76 and roughly 92 cents every 2 weeks. It's not a lot of money, but it's the principle in my book. And if that's the case, then anybody as an elected official can take over Rick's department, appoint yourself to his job. Would that be acceptable? I don't
know. It states in there what I, as the supervisor, can appoint.
I totally understand that.
But I couldn't appoint
that you can appoint the town historian, but you cannot appoint yourself.
Well, I'd have to see the paperwork on that.
Benczkowski explaining today it was just past history, if you will, as others did it, an oversight on her part. So she gave up the historian job and the extra $2,000 in pay. But
the board met without me, which I thought was wrong.
Did you notify the board that you were going to be appointing yourself as town historian?
No, I did not. No.
Well, then how can you say...
I didn't take the oath of office yet either.
Right, but in essence, you appointed yourself, and you're throwing it back on the board for not notifying you, but you didn't notify them. Well, it just would have been nice that somebody could have called me. I'm saying is, it would have been, we could have straightened this out very easily. And for town taxpayers?
There was no malice. It was just, it was my passion to do this.
Finally, her sparring partner, Councilman Jerry Kaminsky, stepping down as deputy supervisor yesterday, telling me today.
And I think that's probably some of the reason why I got out of it. It was no transparency, no information, totally no communication.
Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Ron. Well, the supervisor can also appoint a new deputy supervisor to replace Kaminsky, but he says the board can contest that decision as well if they choose.